Caritas means charity. Charity that flows from the love of all people. With almost 2 decades of experience, Caritas supports over 20 member organizations, impacting more than 75,000 beneficiaries annually, serving the poor, vulnerable, and marginalized, regardless of race or religion.
There was a primary school age boy. He was receiving a lot of physical harm by his family. He would be crying and crying, but when you speak to him, he shuts down and he closes up. He was constantly running away. If you try to go after him, he would disappear. This was a case that really stuck with me because it was really working for a child who didn't want to be protected. So when we placed him in this home or place of safety for a while, for the first few months, he was still very adamant, still not wanting to meet his family. But interestingly, by the end of the couple of months, he just said, I want to see my mom again. Seeing them hug, and then the mom asked him, do you miss me or not? He said, of course not. And then both of them crying. That was like a very powerful moment for me. Underneath all that, right, he's still really a boy who needed his family.
I am a single mom for 4 young kids. Actually, I was bankrupt. It was very difficult for me to actually put some food on the table. I have to support my mom, I have to support my kid. So it was really, very struggling.
When I first met her, she was like, deficit, a lot of problems, 3 kids in her hand, and she has literally nothing to spend on. I just told myself that I have to be there for her.
There was this time when I actually encountered a Finn. Getting to know her better, she had suffered multiple miscarriages. She had a lot of difficulties in her life, and she was hoping to have a kid. She finally adopted one, and despite the circumstances that she had to go through, she was always cheerful. Every time we came to visit her, she was always grateful. Actually, having that chance to journey with her got me to be very grateful. And I feel that this is an opportunity for all of us to actually give more back to society.
Caritas means lifting hearts that are feeling abandoned, giving hope to those in despair, providing genuine care, and honoring the dignity of the dying and neglected.
The current issues we are facing is we have a lot of kids feeling abandoned, alone, or finding unhealthy coping mechanisms like substance abuse kicks in. In some cases, they do well and then they fall back. Maybe on the 18th time, they get it. Maybe on the 19th, maybe 50th. The goal is to get them there. It's a community. This was a place they felt safe and with people that they could trust and talk to, constantly reminding them that I'm still going to be there to support you.
People at that time with HIV, there was huge stigma. You lose your family, you most certainly would lose your job, you lose your hope. That many of them were literally on their deathbed. They had no place to stay, and so they resorted to living on the street. Care became the safe place for them to die with dignity. Their faces light up when you remember their name, or you eat the food that they cook, a community to help sustain. They are our brothers and sisters.
One client, he was referred to us by the hospital, and when he came in, he was on a wheelchair. He could not move, he couldn't speak. He would not even lift up his head. What they did for him was to just walk with him. And that's what he needed. He just needed that person to always consistently be with him.
For Good Life Home Bathing itself, we actually serve those who are bedbound and do not actually get to enjoy a comfortable bath. When we first started, the first uncle was like 16 years who didn't get bath. So when we went in, the first bath was like totally black and we needed to clean the bathtub a lot more times and disinfect thereafter. The meaning itself is not just a bath alone, but actually to provide the dignity to any people who need it.
With more than 20 organizations and over 70 programs driven by professionals and volunteers of different strengths and different specializations, all under one umbrella, Caritas impacts the lives of tens of thousands of beneficiaries every year. As one social mission family, Caritas forms a holistic network of care, harnessing decades of experience to serve the poor, vulnerable, and marginalized of all demographics and circumstances. Understanding the diverse needs of struggling families, Caritas seeks to provide holistic and integrated care for those who require help in more than one way at our one-stop social mission hub.
It's amazing that Caritas has managed to actually assemble all of these Catholic organizations. I've learned so much about other member organizations, and there's a huge opportunity for us to collaborate with one another.
Caritas is more than an umbrella body. People would not hear the voice of care if not for the advocacy of Caritas. It's really Caritas living up to its name.
With the support from Caritas over the years, we are actually able to provide professional services and also impact lives of those individuals or families who could have transitional challenges.
A lot of the funding that comes to Youth Reach goes into the programs that we do. We ran a skateboard competition where we were able to bridge the gap between the community and the skater. The same guy was asking one of the skaters that he kept calling the police on, "Can you teach my granddaughter how to skate?" Because now we've evolved them from delinquent youths to athletes.
Now throughout the journey, I'm seeing a lot of positive people to actually encourage me. When I'm down, I just have to call anyone. They could actually motivate me or okay, I'm not alone.